Alchemy set is landing on Magic Arena tomorrow, as well as some balance changes. Let's run through some of the details here, starting with Oracle of the Alpha. Kind of represents what they're going for here. Past, present, and power. 2/3 for 3 mana flying. When it enters a battlefield, conjure the power 9 into your library and then shuffle. And then it scries when you attack. There's got to be something fun and busted to do with that, right? Probably in Historic, we'll see. Yeah, you could fill your deck with Power 9 with Ephemerate, so maybe. I mean, so the Power 9 is powerful in certain situations, right? But like, you got to remember a lot of the cards are just mocks, right? Like, having a bunch of off-color mocks are like basically just having extra lands you can play in the same turn for a little while. So while it also means like there's a draw 3 and a 2-mana time walk and other stuff, a lot of it's just mana. So we'll try and do some things with that, but I think this card's going to be harder to break than people think. All right, we're going to look at all the spoilers here in a second, but let's look at some of the balance changes first. They're putting all of these cards back to their original tabletop versions. Oh, Azika's Chariot going back is relevant for Historic. Faceless Haven and Aspirant 2. I don't think Divide by Zero and Goldspan Dragon are super relevant. That's it? That's all we got for balance changes? All right. Complete details. Oh, wait. Hold on. Alchemy rebalancing. All right. Whew. I refreshed. All right. There's the historic ones. Standard rebalancing. Make more cards viable draft picks. So they're acknowledging these are they getting any changes for constructed? I'm not going over all the bad limited cards yet. That's it? It's actually just all changes to bad limited cards? This charm is slightly better, I guess. All right. Sure. All right, here's a link if anybody wants to go through the bad limited cards themselves. Let's look at the... It's just incredible to me how I expect so little and still they disappoint. Oh, we finally have a constructed format that's going to get regular balance changes and updates. Here's a bunch of updates to limited cards. Seriously? That's what we get? Fucking Wizards of the Coast, man. All right. Will I click on these and open them their own page? Zoom, kind of. Target creature card in your graveyard perpetually becomes an artifact. You may cast that card this turn. I mean, that's a great Brawl Commander. It's a must-answer threat, I suppose. It recasts with Luris. Sure, so this is good with Luris in Historic. Because, like, Luris casts this, and then this recasts Luris. It's slow and grindy. I don't know that's how good slow and grindy is in Historic at the moment, but if it is, that could be okay. Juggernaut Peddler. When it enters the battlefield, target player reveals all non-land cards in their hand. You may choose one of those cards. If you do, that player exiles it and conjures a card named Juggernaut into their hand. What? What? Sure. What a weird, fun design. Sure, I'll take it. I think that's neat. Maybe it's playable. It's cute. I like it. There's a Juggernaut ship. I don't know what page that's taking me to, but all right. Ember Coiler, 2/2 prowess. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, you may discard a card. If you do, seek a card with greater mana value and exile it. Until your next turn, you may play the exiled card. Okay. This is kind of neat. So you could, like, 2/2 prowess for 2 is, like, fine. This notably lets you discard a land and turn it into a spell. And then, more specifically, if you're a super low curve deck, you could play just a couple of 3 or 4 mana cards. And, like, you discard your 3 mana card to get a guaranteed 4 mana bomb. Could be cool. Or discard a 2 mana card to get a guaranteed 3 mana thing. This could maybe be playable. This is a wizard. The blue-red wizards deck in Historic is playable. And this could maybe be okay in there. Ooh, you could have it always search up Embercleave in a red deck. Sure. The fact that it turns one lands into spells is relevant too. So it doesn't always get a card with 1 more mana value, chat. It gets a card with a greater mana value. So if you discard a land and your hand has your deck has 1, 2, 3, 4 mana cards in it, you're getting any of your spells. This is a neat one. 2/2 for 3. Choose a creature type. It becomes that creature type. When it enters the battlefield, creature you control of the chosen type in your hand and in play get +1/+1 perpetually. I like it. I think it's good. Could maybe see play in some of the tribal things. Yeah, it's cute with Ephemerate, perhaps. Priest of Possibility. When it enters a battlefield, look at the top 7 cards of your library. If a card among them has flying, it gains flying. Well, that's cute. I don't know if this is good, but it's a cute design. This also doesn't really need to be a digital design. You could easily put keyword tokens on something, but I guess it's different if you, like, bounce it and replay it. And Tuco Slicer, 3/2 for 4. Enters a battlefield, return a creature from a graveyard to your hand. If the spell was kicked, conjure a duplicate of a card in an opponent's graveyard to your hand. It perpetually gains. You may spend mana as mana of any color. Huh. That's neat. Oh, this is target card. Okay, so it's any card. Sure. Still neat. This could be an okay grindy card. So it, like, always draws you 1 thing, and if you pay 5, it draws you 2. That's probably too slow for Historic, but if Standard or Alchemy is a playable format, this could be okay there. Enters tapped, pay a life, choose a non-land card in your hand. It perpetually gains. This spell costs 1 less to cast. Oh. Perpetual cost reduction. Nothing's ever broken with that, chat. I'm sure this is fine. At least this comes into play tipped, I suppose. But yeah, there's probably some kind of convoluted infinite combo to do with this, right? Chat will let me know later what convoluted infinite combos we can be doing with this. the beginning of your end step, put a random land from your library into your graveyard. There's a frog something or other that gives you value when lands hit your graveyard, right? Is it a 3-drop? There's a 3-drop, not Gitrog. Gitrog is a thing. But there's a blue-green card, I think, that does something or other that kills about. It's a frog, right? Slugurk. I think that sounds right. When a land is put in your graveyard from anywhere, put a 1/1 counter on it. Remove 3 1/1 counters, return it to its owner's hand. It leaves the battlefield, return 3 target lands from your graveyard to your hand. Okay. I mean, like, that's a cute 2/3 curve. Could be okay. Ooh, another 3-color dragon. The beginning of your end step, conjure a random card from the champion's spellbook into exile face down with 3 egg counters on it. Gains at the beginning of your upkeep. If this card is exiled, remove an egg counter. Then if it has no egg counters, ooh, are these all dragons? Oh, they're all dragons. Whoa. That's really good. Yeah, they're all pretty good dragons too. That's sick. Yeah, it does it first end step. The beginning of your end step. This card is good. This could maybe be... This is probably playable in Historic Jund, I think. I think this could be a reasonable top end for Historic Jund. Dragon, make more dragon. Like, any fair matchup, you get to 2 end steps or 3 end steps with this. Yeah, like, this is huge removal check gameplay. That's incredible. Love it. When one or more non-token creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, choose one of those creatures, conjure a copy of it into your hand. Whoa. That's probably playable in Historic Fish. That's strong. Yeah, I like that. Angel Artificer. When the mechanic or another legendary creature you control crews a vehicle, that vehicle perpetually gains 1 attack. It's probably slow and bad. Maybe. Like, this is the part where I need to remind you that Divine Purge is alchemy legal, so fuck you and the vehicles you were trying to play. Just so we're clear. Just so we're clear. When it enters a battlefield, draft a card from its spell book and exile it. When it becomes crewed until end of turn, it becomes... Draft a card to exile it. The things they're doing with the draft cards is really neat. Oh, a lot of these are bad? Why are so many of these bad? I was expecting these to be another set of bangers after seeing the dragon. I guess this one only costs 2. It's a neat design, but there's a lot of misses in here. What's going on, engineer? Thanks for hanging out for almost 5 years in the tier 2. Benes, thank you for the 20 months, by the way. Welcome back. Conjure a card named Merowyn the Nurturer and X cards named Llanowar Elves onto the battlefield. That's adorable. And the artwork is really cute. This card's probably not good, but it's neat. Menace, Death Touch, Lifelink. When it attacks, target creature that crewed it this turn perpetually gains Menace, Death Touch, or Lifelink. That's neat. Yeah, I like this. I like it. I don't know if it's good. It's a neat design. Sky Raider Jin. When it enters the battlefield, conjure a random card from the spellbook in hand. Then if you have fewer cards in hand... Ooh. Ooh. What's our spellbook look like? Draw a card, draw a card. Cycle, draw a card, draw a card, draw a card. The word draw a card appears on these cards a lot. And if you hit time twist, you could blink it. That's actually the biggest gas in here, huh? Yeah, it seems like a sweet one. Good. Could see this one being Alchemy playable. Format seems like it's pretty grindy. Beloved Protector. Enters the battlefield, choose target non-legendary creature card in your graveyard that was put there this turn, return it to the battlefield. It perpetually gains when this creature becomes the target. What? So it's flash, and it saves something, and then when that thing becomes the target of a spell or an ability later, it draws a card? Yeah, this is sick with Ephemerate, right? It's a damn shame the graveyard doesn't exist as a zone anymore. If every removal spell didn't exile, this would be sweet. But every removal spell exiles shit. Swamp or Forest enters under your control, draft a card. No spellbook on this site. Okay. Enters tapped, perpetually gets -1/-1, return to the battlefield. Activate if it's in your graveyard and only if its toughness is 2 or greater. This is probably not good enough in a format full of the werewolf. When Morale Sergeant enlists a non-token creature, you may conjure a duplicate of that card in the top 5 cards of your library. Chat, I don't know what enlist is, and I'm not gonna look it up. It's probably bad. Oracle of the Alpha, we talked about this at the start. Probably something fun to do with this in Historic. Definitely gonna try and figure that out. Seek a creature. This costs 1 less for each basic land type among those you control. So this could cost 3 to draw a creature. Probably not good enough. All right, eight more cards in here that we missed. We missed this one. When it lists a creature, you get a boon with when you cast your next creature spell, that creature gets a 1/1 counter. It enters the battlefield, exile a non-land permanent until it leaves. If it was kicked, choose a non-land permanent card in your hand. It perpetually gains when this permanent enters the battlefield. So it's Oblivion Ring that can kick to turn a card in your hand into an Oblivion Ring? Sure. Weird, but sure. Seek an artifact from among the top 10 cards of your library and then shuffle. Sure, the top 10 quantifier is on here, so that way you can't just use it to demonic tutor a particular artifact. This could be okay in the artifact aggro deck in Historic. Return target non-token, non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If the spell is kicked, get a duplicate in your hand. You could spend mana or mana of any color. It's a neat design. I like it. Look at the little baby dragon. When you draw a dragon card, it perpetually gets 1/1. When it enters a battlefield, if it was kicked, seek a dragon. The whelp and the dragon both get 1/1. Neat. Goblin spells cost you 1 less to cast. At the beginning of your end step, conjure a random card from its spellbook into your hand. Are the spellbooks at the end? You cast your next instant or sorcery spell this turn, conjure a duplicate of that card. The spell wasn't kicked, discard the duplicate at the beginning of your next end step. Sure. Light Smuggler. Beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, it perpetually gets XX, where X is the number of creatures that died this turn. This also triggers if he's in your graveyard. Interesting. So you get rewarded if you can bring him back. Counter target spell. Each card in the controller's graveyard, hand... Oh, ain't that a bag of dicks? This one is good with Flourish. That's a good shout out. Fucking control deck shit. Alright, there's some okay goblins in this one. Some medium ones too, but some okay ones. This one drafts the thing when you make a land drop. A lot of these are bad. That's probably not very good. Oh, that's noteworthy. This card lets you cast Muxus on turn 5. Oh, it lets you cast Muxus on turn 5. Alright, sure. Why not?